Hi, I'm Adam Gaffney, and I work with the Florida Division of Blind Services. And today, I want to go through the process of voting in person at the poll with an accessible machine that works very well for people who are blind, low vision, and persons with other disabilities. And I've used this particular machine many times in the past, and it is a terrific experience. So I'm going to take you through a live demonstration here and explain what happens when I show up at the poll, or early voting, if that's a choice for you. So I arrive at my poll place, and I'm ushered in, and I sign in, show my ID, and explain that I would like to use the accessible voting machine, where I'm escorted to a machine, and an assistant can get this thing started for me, and I have the choice of either inserting my own ballot, or they can assist with that process. And then I sit down at the machine where I'm handed a controller, which you'll see shortly, and a pair of headphones for private listening. Today we're going to have a speaker out loud so that you can hear the speech and hear what I hear through a set of headphones to privately and independently vote. So I've walked into the poll, I've signed in, and now I'm going to go to the machine. Hello, yes. Please see the headphones. Okay. Thank you. So I can use these headphones, and one thing you'll notice, these headphones are covered with a covering so that it's very sanitary. So when the next person comes in, these are replaced, so you can feel good about putting headphones on that are clean. You can also bring your own headphones if they have the appropriate sized jack. So now I will ask for the controller. And you'll notice one thing about the controller is very tactile. I can feel the shapes of the buttons. It's also color-coded for those who have some vision. And as you'll hear in a minute, when the ballot's inserted, I hear some instructions, and other people with other disabilities are also able to use this machine to vote as well. One thing I typically do is quickly adjust volume, which I can do. In the upper left-hand corner is a volume up, volume down, as well as speed to increase or decrease the speed, or just leave that be if you wish. I choose myself to speed it up a little bit because I'm used to talking devices. The help button on the controller is probably one of the more important controls to know if you do need assistance from a worker at the poll place. This button is a long button located at the bottom of the controller, and also you'll notice, if you can feel, there is Braille on the controller as well for those who do know Braille. So the help is clearly labeled in Braille, and it is the long button on the bottom of the controller. So I will have the assistant at the poll insert my sample ballot. This is just a pretend ice cream survey ballot today for this demonstration, so we will begin the process.
The voting machine will now give detailed instructions on how to properly use the remote control and navigate through the system.
Please select your assistive input device. To use the handheld audio tactile interface, or ATI, press the yellow right arrow on the ATI controller.
And I choose to do that, so I'm going to press the right arrow. It is in yellow.
To use the sip and puff device, please sip. To use the paddle buttons, press the right blue paddle.
So those are options with people with motor impairments. I'm going to press the right arrow.
Your voting session can be shown on the screen. To see your voting session displayed on the screen, press the red X-shaped select button. To turn off the display screen and vote using only audio instructions, press the blue down arrow.
I'm going to choose to have mine on screen, but in person, usually I would choose to have the screen turned off so I can vote totally in privacy independently. But for today's demonstration, I'm going to let the screen be left on.
Your voting.
As you can hear, there are several steps of setup for different options, which is good. I'm going to choose a different contrast for this just for demonstration purposes based on the instructions.
You are now ready to begin voting on
ice cream demonstration ballot.
To begin voting, press the blue down arrow.
So we're finally voting. Let's go.
You are at the contest titled
Best ice cream flavor. Vote for one.
1. Option to be selected. To skip this contest, press the yellow right arrow. To vote in this contest, press the blue down arrow.
Vanilla.
To select this choice, please press the red X-shaped select button. To move to the next choice, please
Chocolate.
To
Chocolate.
select this choice, please press the red X-shaped select button. To move to the next choice, please press the blue down arrow. To move to the previous choice, please press the blue up arrow. To move to the next contest, please press the yellow right arrow.
So I'm given a lot of help and guidance here, so with a little bit of patience, this can be done quite easily. I'm going to go ahead and select chocolate.
You have selected.
Chocolate.
The current contest is fully voted.
To deselect this choice, please press the red X-shaped select button. To move to the title of the current contest, please press the blue up arrow. To move to the next contest, please press the blue down arrow or the yellow right arrow.
I'm going to move to the next contest. I've chosen my ice cream flavor of chocolate. I'm going to move to the next contest with the right yellow arrow as indicated by the help message.
The following in this contest, press the blue down arrow.
Best search engine. This is going to be more difficult even than ice cream flavor. Let's vote in this one.
Google.
To select this choice, please press.
Yahoo.
To select this choice.
Bing.
To select it.
Right in selection.
To select this choice.
In the voting process, there is, on some races, a possibility of a write-in option. And that is also possible with this system. You will choose write-in by selecting the X on the write-in, and then you are presented with a keyboard where you can use the blue up and down arrow keys to move through the alphabet, as well as a space character, and select X on each letter as you're typing in your write-in option. Finally, when you're done, you can use the up and down arrow keys to move back through that alphabet and select the OK option. This does take some time, but is an accessible option for those who want to use the write-in option.
To move to the title of the current contest, please press the blue up arrow. To end voting within this contest, please press the blue down arrow or the yellow right arrow. To move to the previous contest, please press the yellow left arrow.
You have reached the end of the ballot and the ballot is fully voted. To accept your selections and print the ballot, press the red X-shaped select button.
The ballot is being processed. This may take a few minutes. Please wait.
Here is an important fact. The voting machine marks your ballot with an imperfect circle. This way, your ballot can't be distinguished amongst the others, and you, the voter, remain anonymous. Now, how cool is that?
So with a little time and patience, this is a
The
very
ballot
nice
was
system.
successfully cast.
And that is a wonderful message to hear, that I have completed the voting process and my ballot is dropped just like everyone else.
So, Adam, what do you like most about this method of accessible voting?
Independence. I like the fact that I can arrive at the poll place, I can get just enough assistance, I always can reach out and ask for more. I like that there are several options for both people who are totally blind or low vision. I also like the fact that at the poll place there are two of these machines. In fact, the last time I voted, the first machine, the speech did not work correctly on it. So thankfully there was one right next door to it, and they were able to get that machine up and running and I sat down at that machine and voted and did it completely independently. And it is always a very empowering feeling when one gets finished voting independently, and we're very happy that these options are available for voting in person at the poll.